All right, so when synchrony show up, when it's something like a clock, you can look at the clock at 4:42 and 4:43. The weird thing is, if you try to catch them, a lot of times you'll miss them. You're counting it down, and then all of a sudden something happens. You get distracted by a noise, a knock at the door, a phone call, whatever. But then you get a lot of these like this. There's 7,000 likes on this post, and yet the 111, it's going to roll over pretty quick, and yet you still catch it if you notice them. On this one, got four ones down there. That one's a little bit harder. You got all four of them, and it's not a clock. You can't see it coming. Then again, back to a clock, and then you get this one. It's a 444 on likes. And what I'm saying is, sometimes when these happen, on this one you got, sorry, my phone won't focus, 222, and it's talking about something. So I was watching the video. It's a Dolores Cannon video, and the number comes up. This one, again, 111, it's comments that could change every second. And then, you get the clock. And the weird thing about 1111 is you can see it coming, and yet you're so busy looking for the 1111, you forget that the 111 happens for 9 minutes, because you got 1110 all the way up to 1119, and you'll have three ones in a row. But sometimes you're so concentrated on getting all four of them that you miss the blessing that is the three, or the sign that's the 111. So it's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen sometimes, and sometimes it's ridiculous how often those four twos right there, and there's four twos right there, and those were both from the same day. um it's a clock. You could have seen that one coming. That one's a like. You couldn't have any control over it. So the thing is, just know that when you see these numbers, that the universe is actually trying to tell you something. And if you're getting repeating of the same numbers all day long, like lots of fives or lots of twos, or whatever it is, the thing is, you're gonna come across meaning when you have the same number popping up, and that's when you want to have those cheat sheet numbers, so oh, I've gotten 7 different sevens today. That's a good luck one, right? Or ones means there's a new beginning coming. Twos, everything's in the right place. But basically, you got all these things happening, and if you just pay attention, that's a receipt. I bought the most random stuff, and it still ended up being that way. So when the universe is trying to communicate with you, just know that sometimes it's not going to be obvious, or it's not going to show up until you realize that you're paying attention to it. You don't just look for these. You don't just count down and you get them, because you'll miss them, or you get them and there's no meaning attached to them. So if you're noticing numbers in a day, just notice what you're feeling, what you're noticing, and what number is constantly repeating that day, because it's probably a pretty specific message if you're getting the same one all day long or over the span of a week. So just pay attention to it, because the universe is trying to tell you something.